friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the optical fibers. So this is one of the last guided media. So here you can see in this image, this is the fiber optics. Fine. So this fiber optics consists of the thin strands. You can see here, this is the outer jacket which is made up of the plastic, and within this we have again the other cables. Within these cables, these thin strands would be there, which are made up of the glass. Okay, so here the data will be carried in the form of light from the source to the destination at the other end. Right from the source, okay, there will be a transmitter which will send the data. At the destination there would be a detector. It will detect your data and then it will be handed over to the destination. Okay, so fiber optics, it consists of a thin strands of a glass like a material which carry your data from the source at the one end of the fiber to the detector at the other end. Now one thing is, from where exactly we are taking this light, from where exactly we are extracting this light in order to convert your data? That is by using the LEDs and the laser diodes. Now these are the LEDs, light emitting diodes, and the other one is the laser diodes. By using these two, LEDs and the laser diodes, we are extracting this is the source of the light from where we are extracting, and then your data is being converted in the form of light. So now what technique we are using to convert your data in the form of light is frequency modulation technique. Okay, frequency modulation technique is a form of a technique which is used to encode your data. Encode in the sense, I'll give an example. Whenever you enter your Facebook password, so maybe your password is your mobile number. So when you enter your password, instead of your mobile number, digits will not appear. Instead of that, dots will appear. Now what is that? Those dots is nothing but it is a form of encoding. Your mobile number, instead of appearing that, dots are appearing. That means it's a form of encoding. Same way, your data, which is actually in the form of either digital or the analog, that is digital means in the form of zeros and ones, that zeros and ones is being converted in the form of light by using the LEDs or the laser diodes. Okay, how it is converted? By using one of the modulation, frequency modulation technique. It might be an amplitude modulation technique, or it might be an a phase modulation technique. Okay, now the data is transmitted, is modulated in the form, means the data is being converted in the form of light. Now when we have the twisted pair and the coaxial cable, what is the need of using this fiber optics is because it provides a very high bandwidth. Okay, because of this very high bandwidth, fiber optics has become very much popular. Okay, and it can have the data rates up to 100 gigabits per second. Okay, so when 100 gigabits per second data speed it is providing, means obviously the transmission would be very fast. You can experience a good internet connection. Okay, for example, whereas the twisted pair is hardly have 1 megabits per second to the 10 megabits per second, whereas coaxial 100 megabits per second. Okay, so when it comes to the fiber optics is about 100 gigabits per second. If at all, if we are using the LEDs as the source of light, okay, if we are using LEDs as a source of light, the data speed what you can experience is about 20 to 150 megabits per second, whereas if we are using the laser diodes, you can experience more than 150 megabits per second, but the maximum data transfer rate bandwidth would be about 100 gigabits per second. Okay, and these are being extensively used for the broadband application, that is for the internet, wherever you have to transmit the long distance data. If you want to transmit, okay, from different within country but metropolitan cities where the long distance are there, then we have to go for the fiber optics because of its high data transfer speed. Okay, next one, we shall see the advantages of the fiber optics. The first one is it is very much immune to the electrical and magnetic interference. Immune in the sense it is protection. It is protected from the electrical and magnetic interference. Interference is nothing but it's a kind of disturbance which has been generated from the external source. The external source might be because of environments. Okay, if you're passing your fiber optics in the harsh industrial areas, if you pass through, okay, there obviously unwanted sound signals will be generated in the industrial areas. There is no possibility that those sound signals may come and combine with your data, because your data is not the raw data. You are not passing your data through the copper wires. You are passing your data in the form of light, which is already been encoded. Okay, it is already been encoded. So there is no possibility for any of the external sound signals may come, travel, make mix or may combine with your own signal. That is what is immune, or the electrical or the magnetic interference. Electrical interference in the sense the disturbance which is being generated by the electrical device, and the magnetic interference means whenever, if you are transmitting your data through the copper wires, there would be a magnetic field generated around those copper wires. There is a possibility that interference or the noise may be generated because of that magnetic field. But here in case of fiber optics, because your data is in the form of light, there is no question of having the magnetic field at all. So hence there would be no any magnetic interference. That is why it is very much immune to such kinds of interferences. Okay, and it is highly suitable for the harsh industrial areas or the environments, and it guarantees a high data transmission speed, okay, around 100 gigabits per second. Then the one thing is, fiber optics are being immensely used in the broadband transmission, where several channels are being handled in parallel. Several channels are being handled in the parallel means simultaneously you can send multiple data signals through the fiber optics. Okay, not one at a time. Okay, it is having the broadcasting capacity. Okay, hence it has been used in the broadband transmission. Okay, now this completes your guided media. Okay, now let us further study about the radio wave, microwave, and the infrared wave, which comes in the unguided media. Now let us study with the unguided media. So unguided media in the sense, the medium which we are choosing to transmit your data from source to the destination would be the air, the sky as the propagation media we are using. Okay, so examples for unguided media would be radio wave, microwave, okay, infrared rays. So let us study about the radio waves. The transmission making use of the radio frequency is termed as the radio wave transmission. So the frequency of radio waves is about 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. If we are using this range of frequency between 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz, then we can say that is a radio wave transmission. So whenever we have the data transmission by using the radio wave, we need two parts. Okay, here I can show you. The one would be the transmitter. Okay, the other would be the receiver. Okay, the transmitter it will take some sort of messages. The messages here might be in the form of data, it might be the voice, or it might be the images, or it might be the picture for the video, okay, for the TV set or something. The transmitter takes certain sort of messages, okay, encodes it into the sine wave. Now this is what is for data is. Now your data, voice signals, or whatever it is in the form of zeros and ones, it provides encoding, and after encoding, your data will be obviously converted in the form of the sine wave, whereas in optical fibers it was actually encoded in the form of light beam. Okay, here it is in the form of sine waves, and then transmit with the help of radio waves, and the frequency of these waves will be between about 3 kilohertz. Okay, the receiver at the other end, okay, it will receive the radio waves and decodes the message from the sine wave it receives. Okay, this receiver will decode, and again your original data in the form of zeros and ones will be received by this receiver, and both the transmitter and the receiver use the antennas to radiate and capture the radio signals. Now this transmitter is again an antenna, this receiver is again an antenna. Here I can show you. Now can you see here, this is the transmitter. Within this antenna we are placing the transmitter, within this antenna we are placing the receiver. Okay, this is how the radio waves, through radio waves we can transmit your data. So any kind, let it be any destination, let it be wherever your source, within the side by side house also, if it is there also, we will have to make use of the two parts. One is the transmitter and the receiver. Remember, transmitter is nothing but again an antenna, and the receiver is nothing but the again an antenna. At the transmitter, encoding takes place, your data will be converted in the form of sine waves. At the receiver, decoding takes place. From the sine wave it receives, again the original data will be given to the destination. Okay, now let us see what are the advantages of using this kind of radio wave. First thing is, it offers mobility. Offers mobility in the sense it has the ability to freely move. Okay, you can see here. So these radio waves antennas have certain capacity, up to certain kilometers it can radiate. After certain kilometer, one more antenna is being needed. Again that antenna will be having, you know, again its own capacity. Okay, that's how it will have the ability to radiate its, you know, signals. And that is why wherever sometimes it so happens that we are not able to experience our mobile network, but we will be able to experience our radio. Why? Because this radio waves has the capability to penetrate any kind of obstacles, whether it might be the mountains, buildings, houses, you know. It has the ability to penetrate, and then it will reach your data signals to your destination. That is why we are able to experience the radio signals. We are able to hear the radio, though we are unable to watch our TV, though we are unable to have our mobile network, but radio waves will be able to, our radio can capture your radio signals and we can hear the radio. Okay, then it proves the cheaper and digging trenches for laying the cables and maintaining the repeaters. That means, you know, if at all if we are using the guided media, we need certain land acquisition, we need certain land to maintain our you know, cables. At least fiber optics we need. Twisted pairs, okay, hardly we are not extensively using. Okay, but in case of LAN connection in our computer lab also, we have certain space. Now some switches and all we are using. Okay, certain form of cabling we are using. It needs certain land to maintain your cables, whether it's a twisted pair, coaxial, or the fiber optics. But if we are using the transmission using the radio waves, we need not to dig the trenches, we need not to dig the earth, we need not to lay the cables, we need not to maintain any kind of repeaters here. Okay, then next is, it offers freedom from land acquisition rights that are required for laying and repairing the cables. Obviously, if we are not having the cables, we need not to maintain it, we need not to repair those cables also. One more you know, advantage of this radio wave is it offers communication over difficult terrain. Difficult terrain means it offers the communication in remote areas. Okay, though if you belong to the rural areas also, you are able to experience the radio signals, isn't it? You can hear the radio though you don't have the TV cable. That's what I already have explained this point. Okay, so it has the you know, provides the communication over a different terrain in case of remote areas. Now let us see the disadvantages of this radio waves is its communication is insecure communication. Why it is in communication? Because if you design any electronic circuit which is capable of capturing the frequency between higher than the 3 kilohertz, means obvious, if you attach a speaker or something for that, no, you can able to hear the radio signals. You can able to hear what exactly currently the channels are going, radio FM 90.3, whatever it is. Okay, that is why most of the important crucial form of information will never be sent through the radio waves, because it is a form of insecure communication, and these radio waves are very much susceptible to the weather conditions. It so happened in earlier days that whenever we used to hear the radios, if at all if it is heavily raining, we are unable to clearly hear the voice, but there we can hear up to certain level, but not that much clear, because they are very much susceptible to the weather condition. It might be thunder, storm, rains, whatever it is. Okay, so let us move on to the next one, is the microwave. Okay, let me show the diagram of microwave. Yeah, This is how the microwave transmission takes place. The frequency that are higher than 3 gigahertz is actually named as the microwave, and whenever the transmission takes place in the microwave, it is always in the form of straight line. Okay, always in the form of straight line they are able to transmit. But in case of radio waves, you can, after certain kilometer, you can place the antennas of the radio waves. Only make sure that those two antennas fall within one another range. See, suppose one antenna is having the capability of to radiate its signals up to 5 kilometer, means add the border within the fifth, maybe fourth, after completion of 4 kilometer, in the 5th kilometer one more antenna of radio wave should be there. Then that radio wave again have the capability of 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer. It depends upon the capacity. High gain antennas also will be there. Not only 5 kilometers, there will be high gain antennas also which may cover up to 10 kilometers, like that. So it is not compulsory that the antenna should be in the form of straight line or nothing like that. But in case of microwaves, you should make sure that always your antennas should be aligned in a straight line. And one more thing you should take care of in case of microwave is your antenna should be very high. Okay, they should be very high. Okay, and these microwaves cannot deviate. If any obstacles comes in between, these microwaves cannot penetrate those obstacles. That is one of the disadvantage in case of microwaves. But the advantage is that microwave propagation, it provides a very higher frequency data transmission comparatively to the radio waves, and it is one of the securest, comparatively to the radio waves, it is a form of a securest form of communication. Now here, periodic repeaters are being necessary for the long distance. I said microwaves have been used in extensively for the long distance. If at all, if your signals are being traveling through the long distance, there is a possibility of your signals may get weakened, isn't it? In order to avoid that, we have to make use of the repeater. So what is the job of repeater? It will regenerate your signals. Okay, it will regenerate, it will amplify, and then it will further transmit to the another antenna or to the destination. Then for transmitting and receiving, antennas should be aligned accurately. Okay, and they cannot pass through or penetrate through any form of the buildings. Now let us see the advantages. They can carry very high quantities of information due to their high operating frequency. That means microwaves are also used in the broadband connections also. Okay, if at all, if it is if your data has to travel through the long distance, microwave propagation is also used, and they carry the huge amount of data because of its frequency, which is higher than 3 gigahertz. The next advantage is low cost land purchase. Each tower occupies only small area. You need not to take a huge amount of land acquisition or something. How much area that is needed for the land for this placement of this antenna, only that much is fine. So low cost land purchase it might be. Then what might be the disadvantages? Okay, so the microwaves are being limited to the line of sight propagation. They cannot pass through around any hills or the mountains. As I have already explained, is always your data travels in a single straight line only. They cannot penetrate through any of the obstacle. This process is nothing but the line of sight propagation, means traveling your data signals traveling in a single line. Next one is, it is a possible that microwave signals from one signal antenna may split up. There is a possibility that whenever this antenna is propagating its signals, slightly your signals may split up and propagate slightly the different path. It may take slightly the different path in order to receive to the receiving antenna. Whenever these signals slightly travel take the different path, obviously their side may be, it may be in any kind of environment which is producing the sound signal. It may be possible that they may recombine with those sound signals. Okay, they may interference. When they recombine or interfere with the other signals, obviously the strength of that signals will be reduced, and the same signal will be received by the receiver antenna with the disturbance. This is one of the major disadvantage in case of the microwave link. Okay, so once again I'll just explain here. The microwave link, whenever it is transmitting its data signals through the straight line, it is possible that because maybe of weather condition or something, if it is strong wind, if it is blowing, it is possible for that signal to slightly deviate. Instead of taking straight line, slightly it may deviate. When it deviates, if any harsh industrial environments or any other environments where sounds are being generated, so obviously signals will be generated. If there is a sound, it is possible that these signals may combine or interfere with those sound signals and becomes an unwanted signal. Same signal will be received by this receiver, okay, by reducing the signal strength. Next one is microwave propagation is obviously again susceptible to the weather conditions for the thunder, storms, okay, and then bandwidth allocation is extremely limited. That means it is having its capacity frequency around is 3 gigahertz, okay. So same here, obviously if it is so, because of it is weather susceptible to the weather condition, its bandwidth is limited, maybe around certain mbps. It may transfer around 500 mbps, or nowadays it is again in terms of gigabits per second also, okay. Comparatively to the radio waves, at least the data transfer rate is very high in case of microwave, and it is extremely used in the long distance transmission, if at all, if it is a air propagation if we are having. And the cost of the design, implementation and the maintenance of microwaving is very high. Obviously these are high gain antennas comparatively to the radio waves antennas. They are very much high gain antennas. These usually you can find it in the outside your cities whenever you're traveling, okay, from one place to the another place. Those towers, what you can see is, it is obviously it will be microwave. There will be radio wave towers also, but if at all if it is connecting the two different cities or something like that transmission, it will be high gain antenna. See, within the city it might be the radio waves towers, outside the city it will be microwave towers only, because outside the city means you can directly have the line of sight of propagation, okay. So this completes the microwave communication. Thank you.